I lost engine power. Oh, I lost connection. Oh, I lost connection. It's gonna crash. I lost connection. Hey guys, well that was a crazy crash, wasn't it? Holy cow, I did a whole bunch of testing when I was building this airplane, strength testing and trying to keep this plane lightweight, but I definitely wasn't planning on crashing it that hard into the ground. So thanks to you guys have been giving me awesome comments and telling me things I should change and adjust. Definitely the cause of the crash was the wiring harness. So I just used too small a gauge of wire and the ESCs and the EDFs just pulled too many amps off the wire that I was using. Just melted these two wires together. I mean, they're just totally melted together, and that just melted off the coating off of the battery. So the battery didn't really actually explode. So I'm going to take you guys a little closer look, show you guys all the stuff that kind of broke on the airplane, and then we're going to go ahead and rebuild this and get it back out and fly it. So we take a look at the fuselage. It hit nose first and it cracked up here, and this is where it melted. The wiring harness inside got really hot and melted the inside of the fuselage. See the kind of burn marks there, just burnt the strap right off the battery. There's just some parts laying in the fuselage. I disconnected the wiring harness already off the ESCs, so we'll redo all that stuff. And then it broke the landing gear off the wing. This side on the engine mount broke pretty good. It bounced off the ground and it hit again on this side. So that's what broke on there. On this side is a pretty clean break for the nacelle. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut right here. Just cut this tail off, and then I'll just glue the new center section on, put the wings back on, and then glue the nose piece back on. So let's go ahead and flip it over. I'll show you guys on the bottom what it broke. So taking a look at the bottom, you can see the front is completely broken there. The tail slammed on the ground really hard. So there's a small crack right there that will glue, and then there's a crack right there. But still nothing really structural. This is all still really strong in here. So I'll just be able to make a couple, cosmetic glue points right here and right here, and then be able to reuse this whole tail section. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get to work on the fuselage. I'll go ahead and cut off the front section of the fuselage and start gluing this thing back together. Okay, so now we have the center section of the fuselage glued onto the tail. This is the easy part where you just keep building the airplane just like we did when it was brand new. I do want to thank my sponsor for this video, PCBWay. They offer all kinds of manufacturing capabilities such as CNC machining, sheet metal fabrication, injection molding, and 3D printing. They offer all kinds of different materials, PLA, ABS, TPU, aluminum. They also have PCB boards and can help you with all your prototype needs. So make sure to go check out PCBWay.com. The link is in the description below. I'm gonna get back to this build and get it ready to fly. Hey guys, we got it back in one piece on the workbench. This is the fuselage part that I cut off, the nose section. I'll probably hang this up on the wall as a memory to make sure to use thick wire for my bigger builds. So let me show you guys the new batteries and the new wire that we're going to use to fix this plane. So I'm using Saipom 5200 milliamp 60C batteries. I've used Saipom batteries a lot in my other builds and they work really well, have a good run time. So I'm going to go ahead and try these batteries out. They did come with T connectors. I switched them out for XT90 connectors. This is the Y harness that I built. So this is just some 10 gauge wire with XT90 connectors on both ends. This is the wire that I used for the first build. This is a 14 gauge wire, so this is way smaller wire. And this is the Y harness that I had before that melted, and you can just see the difference there between the wire. So this is gonna be a lot better than the initial setup that I had. And I just got some charging cables so I can charge up the Saipom batteries. Now I'm gonna run a separate battery pack just for the receiver. I made this connector, this XT60 connector, down to a wire that will go into the receiver. And then I made this battery tray that I'm going to go ahead and stick it inside the fuselage on top of the wing, and I'm just going to put a piece of Velcro on this battery and just Velcro that down, and that will power the receiver, so I won't pull any power for the receiver off the Saipom batteries. So I'm going to go ahead and put some Velcro in here, set up all these batteries, finish up all the wiring. Okay, so if we look inside here, I got the Saipom battery sitting in there, the receiver sitting there. This is the Y harness. Goes right into the ESCs on both wings. Then I have that battery pack sitting right there on the top of the wing, and that comes down to that little cable that I made here. And then I'll just go ahead and plug that right into the last port there on the receiver, and that will power the receiver. And the Saipom battery is not giving any power to the receiver, so if we have any failures with the that battery pack, we'll just lose engine power, but we'll still have flight controls. Alright guys, I'm going to show you guys how to set the CG. I didn't show you guys that in the first video. So the CG was like 6 inches from the leading edge of the wing. It's right behind this seam right here in the fuselage. So just put your finger on both sides of that. And then right there's the CG. So we added a little bit of weight with the bigger battery that I'm flying on this one. So we're like 3,600 grams. The initial one was like 3,360 grams, so the bigger battery and extra battery for the receiver added just a little bit of weight. So it's all together, CG set. Let's see if it flies. more pass and then we'll bring it in for a landing. Check the batteries. I literally took off. I have not touched the trim on it. Same with on the first flight too. The CG set perfect. I haven't adjusted the trim at all. It's just flying perfectly with no trim. This is flying really good, guys. It looks so cool. All right, let's try a landing for you guys. Not the best landing, came in pretty fast and kind of hopped it a little bit, but flew super good that time. Way better, didn't crash it, so oh my gosh, that was awesome.
Wow, it flew so nice.
Yeah.
Good job.
Literally like came in and like kept gliding, but I was like trying to land it really fast, you know?
Wow.
Because I thought it was gonna be.
That's what you would think.
I thought it would be really fast, so. There's one tire.
Yes.
She's in one piece.
Oh, look at it.
The nose wheel fell during the landing, which caused all that dirt to kick up. So if you guys are building this, make sure you put the axle all the way through the nose wheel, put a collar on both sides, and that's how I secured the main wheels also. Oh shit, I went the axle all the way through like I did with the main wheels, but...
Wow, it landed on that little peg too.
Yeah, I know.
So it's actually really strong.
It didn't break that.
Yeah.
I can show that.
That's cool.
All right, so the landing there, we got to practice that a little bit. It came in really fast and then had too much speed and kind of got back airborne and landed. So this thing can land much slower than I did. I just got to practice landing with a little bit. This thing was super fun to build. Thank you guys so much for watching. And we're going to keep flying this. Check the batteries. Looks like we got 62% battery left. So, and that was like probably about a 3-minute flight, 62% battery left. So definitely worked good. You guys can, there's a lot of options for this. You could put 6-cell EDFs in here. There's a big area for batteries, so you guys can put, you know, bigger batteries, 6,000 milliamp or something. This thing flew really well with a little bit extra weight at 3,600. So you guys got a ton of possibilities you guys could do. We'll see you guys in the next build. The link to build this, the STL files are right in the description. You guys can 3D print this at home, purchase the STL files, and have fun with it.